Hi everyone, my name is Mallikarjun. Okay, students generally call me MK Sir. Okay, here I am going to solve previous GATE, that is 2021 solutions please here. Okay, subject is design of steel structure. Okay, design of steel structure, GATE 2021 solutions I am going to explain here please. Okay, but if you see the GATE 2021 question paper na, from this subject, okay, he was given only one question. Okay, and very easy question, that is from eccentricity, eccentricity of bolted connection. Okay, from this chapter he given one question please. Okay, very easy question he given. Okay, right, now this is the question given. Okay, so here first note on this question. Right, here a column is subjected to a total load P of 60 kN. Okay, supported through a bracket connection as shown in figure, not to scale, and he asking resultant force in the bolt R, okay, in kilonewton. Okay, he asking to find the resultant force in bolt R please. Okay, then tell me, is it type 1 connection or type 2 connection? In eccentric connection we have two types of connection, right? One is type 1, another one is type 2. Type 1 is nothing but in plane loading, okay, and type 2 is out plane loading. So this is type 1 connection. So this is the column and this is the bracket. For this column, bracket is connected, okay, like this. Now this is the column, and for assume this is the bracket, now connected like now this is the called type 1 connection. Now tell me, these bolts are subjected to which forces please? Okay, look at here, this load P directly transfer, right? Okay, then there is a shear force, okay, due to direct load P, bolt. Okay, and next, due to this load, this bracket will bend, right? Okay, due to this load, bracket will bend, and due to bending of this bracket, okay, due to bending of this bracket, twisting movement will develop please. Okay, twisting movement will develop in bolted connection. Okay, so here two types of forces. This direct load P, this is 60 kilonewton, okay, and due to bending of this bracket there is a twisting moment. So T equals to 60 into 100 please. Okay, then here bolt is subjected to shear force due to direct load P, okay, and second force is shear force due to twisting moment please. Okay, right, then here I'll draw this diagram separately. So this is the bracket and there is a load 60 kilonewton, and but he asking to find the resultant shear force at bolt R please. Okay, at bolt R. Now this is the CG of bolted group. Okay, center of gravity of bolted group. Right. then there is a direct load 60 kilonewton, and there is a twisting moment 60 into what is the eccentricity given from load to center of gravity 100, right? 100 mm. Okay, right. Now here bolt is subjected to shear force due to direct load P, okay, and shear force due to twisting moment. Two forces subjected, bolt is subjected to these two forces. Okay, right. Then but we have to find the resultant only in bolt R, please. Okay, only in bolt R. Right. Then mark the these two forces only in bolt R. Then how to mark the two forces direction, please? Look at here. In few textbooks, they will apply the forces, okay, in the direction of applied forces or resistive forces, please. Okay, both will get the same answers only, please. Either you can mark forces in the direction of applied forces or opposite to the applied forces. Opposite to the applied force is nothing but resistive forces. Okay, shear force is nothing but resistive force na. So here I'll mark opposite direction, please. Okay, right. What is the opposite direction? First only bolt R. Okay, first from center of gravity to this one radial distance, that is Ri. Okay, center of gravity to this bolt R, what is the radial distance? For example, Ri. We have to find the distance, please. Don't worry, we'll find. Okay, right. Then how to mark the forces? Okay, just I'm taking this bolt R out separately. If I mark it here, it look little bit clumsy. Okay, just this is the bolt R. Right. Then here first force due to load P, this is downward na. Then if it is downward, mark it opposite. Then this is upward. Then this is the F1, for example. Shear force due to direct load P, F1. Okay, right. Next, always remember this is twisting moment, right? Then there is a shear force due to twisting moment, that is F2. But remember, mark the F2 force, okay, opposite to torsional moment but perpendicular to the radial distance, please. Okay, perpendicular to the radial distance. Okay, now this is the center of gravity and this is the radial distance R suffix I. Okay, R suffix I, for example. Okay, right. Then this twisting moment clockwise or anti-clockwise? Clockwise. Okay, then mark the F2 value anti-clockwise direction because I'm marking resistive movements, resistive forces na. Okay, then this is clockwise, then F2 value should develop anti-clockwise, please. Okay, should develop anti-clockwise. Then but always mark the F2 value perpendicular to the radial distance. Okay, perpendicular to the radial distance. So perpendicular means right. Now these two forces perpendicular to the radial distance, right? Okay, but shall I consider upward force or downward force? Because this torsion is clockwise na, twisting moment is clockwise. If it is clockwise, it should be anti-clockwise na. Then anti-clockwise means mark it upward like this. Okay, then don't consider below one, please. So this is F2. Okay, here this F2 toward the center of gravity, clockwise or anti-clockwise? F2 toward the center of gravity is anti-clockwise. Why anti-clockwise? Because this twisting moment is clockwise na, then it must be anti-clockwise. Or you can mark it in the direction of forces also, please. You have to follow any one direction. Okay, right. Then always remember I told F2 force, always mark perpendicular to the radial distance. Now this is the radial distance now. Now this is perpendicular. These both are 90 degrees or not? Okay. Then here, what is the angle between F1 and F2? What is the angle between F1 and F2? There is no angle. Then theta equals to 0, please. Right. So here, angle between F1 and F2 equals to 0, please. Okay. Right. There is some problem. Just wait. Right. So angle between F1 and F2 equals to 0, right? So theta equals to 0. Okay. Right. Then what is the formula to find the F1 value, please? Okay. First note on this. Right. Then here, where F1 is shear force due to direct load P. Then if the cross sectional area of bolts are same, okay, if all the cross sectional area of bolts are same, then what is the value? What is the formula to find the F1? P by N. Okay. So what is the P value given? That is 60 divided by, and how many bolts are given? In the diagram, how many bolts are given? Total 6 bolts are given, right? Then 6. Then what is the F1 value here? This is 10 kilo Newton. Okay. Then next, F2. What is F2? Shear force due to twisting moment, right? So what is this formula? PE summation of R square into Ri. Okay, this is the formula, right? To find the shear force due to twisting moment. So here bolt is subjected to direct force and twisting moment, and due to direct force there is a direct shear stress, okay, and due to twisting moment there is a shear torsional stress, please. Okay, right. Here only thing is we have to find the radial distance R. Okay, summation of R square. Summation means we have to consider radial distance of all the bolts, please. Okay. Now what is the radial distance of all the bolts here? What is the center of gravity to this bolt? Radial distance. This is given 40 and this is given 30, right? Then this radial distance is 50 mm, please. Okay, this is 50 mm. Okay, even this and this also 50 mm, this also 50 mm, this also 50 mm, right? Okay, it means the far end bolts, how many 50 mm radial distance are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes or no? From center of gravity to this bolt 50. From this here to here 50. Here to here 50. How many 50 radial distance are there? 4, right? Okay. Then here 4 into 50 square. Okay. Next, then only these 2 bolts, right? These 2 bolts, what are the radial distance here? This is 40, right? Yes or no? From CG, from here to this center, this is 40, and from this center to here, this is also 40. Then how many 40 radial distance are there? 2, right? Then 2 into 40 square. Okay, then solve this equation. Then this value get 13,200. Okay, then you will get the F2 value. What is F2? What is P value given in the question? 60, right? Yes or no? P value given 60, and eccentricity is given. What is the eccentricity given? 100 mm, right? 100 divided by, and this is 13,200, and Ri. Okay, then which bolt? We have to find the resultant of bolt R, right? Then from here to bolt R, what is the distance here? 40, right? Then this value is 40, please. Okay, into 40. Okay, then find this value. Then this you will get 18.18 kilonewton. Okay, then next we have to find resultant shear stress, right? Resultant shear, this is Fr. What is the resultant shear formula? This formula is F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 into F1 into F2 into cos theta. Okay, what is theta? This theta is angle between F1 and F2. What is the angle between F1 and F2 we got? It is 0, right? Okay, so angle between F1 and F2 we got 0, please. If cos theta, if it is 0, then this is 1, right? Okay, then here Fr equals to under root of, what is F1, please? F1 is 10, right? Then 10 square. Then what is F2, please? 18.18 square. Then this value is 1, right? Okay, then solve this. Then this value you get 28.2 kilonewton. Now this is the resultant force at bolt R, please. Okay, please note down. Right. Now only one question is given from this subject, please. Okay, I'll show one more time. Please note down.